Hello, hello, hello. This is Mirella Kale, your location gal, and you're on my podcast, Fire Chat with Mirella. Welcome. Well, today, as promised, I have a very special guest on. And wait till you meet this incredible person that I had the pleasure of meeting just recently, actually, at our family reunion. And the more I learn about this person, the more I am impressed. So I want to take you on that ride with me now. And I want to introduce to you Michelle Geske. Now, Michelle is actually on the other side of the country. There she is. Um, Welcome, Michelle. Michelle, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Tell us where you're from. Where are you actually joining us from today?
I am joining you from beautiful, sunny Tampa, Florida.
Wow, that's so amazing. Of course, I am on the West Coast, all the way in California, in Northern California, near San Francisco. And I am absolutely thrilled to have Michelle on. And today, actually, it's a rainy and cold day over here. So,
Oh, I
I'm
was going to ask.
I'm hoping I get the sunshine from you today, and I can already see you're radiating, you're happy. I know they both gotten busy. It is Friday today, but I want to tell you guys in our business, Friday is very much like a Monday. So tell me, how is your market over there before I dive into your wonderful bio? But I'll keep it a little bit of a mystery for a second. And just tell me, how is your market over there right now?
The market is different than it was, last year and certainly during pandemic times. But here in Florida, you know, we're selling a lot of homes and buyers are starting to come back into the market. So, 2023, I ended my best year and on track this year as well. So, although it's a different market, it's still a good market with people buying and selling because look where we are, Florida. People are coming here in droves from California,
I
Washington,
know, and I want to send you some more. That's
Boston, New
yeah.
York, New Jersey, Michigan. People are coming here for a
All over.
variety of
Yeah.
reasons.
Okay. Well, I do want to let my audience know about the things that absolutely blew me away about you.
Oh,
Okay, Michelle Geske is, guess what? She's a combat veteran, owner
yeah.
of Compass Rose Coastal Homes at Keller Williams, Tampa Properties. So, what
Yes.
does that mean? Oh my gosh, look at her t-shirt, by the way.
I
Hey,
every year
I
at
do have
family
my
reunion,
hat. I do
I
have
have that.
not wearing it now, but I'll let Michelle model the Keller Williams side of things. Anyway, so speaking of Michelle, Michelle specializes in selling and design services in the Tampa Bay area. Michelle, do you want to tell us like the major areas that you specialize in?
Okay, well, Tampa Bay actually includes Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area, and then a lot of surrounding suburbs of that area. I have team members that cover 5 different counties. I have a home in Tampa and also an hour northwest on the coast in the Weeki Wachee area, and I have agents over there and agents in Tampa Bay. So. Um,
Fantastic. You cover it all, basically.
in that area. And if I don't, I have partners
Partner.
all over.
Absolutely. Yeah, you mentioned it to me also in other parts of Florida, right? So,
I've lived in a few different parts of Florida and I help people. I just helped somebody from LA buy on the other coast in Port St. Lucie. I help people in all different areas. If I can't do it myself, I have one of my partners.
fantastic. That's awesome. That's awesome. We're well covered. Okay, so now I'm going to keep on reading here because it's a wonderful bio you sent me. Thank you. She's a part of KW Sports and Entertainment. I told you, right? It keeps coming. A vetted community of KW agents collaborating across North America, drawing on her passion for helping clients, specifically Listen up, you guys. We're big here on sports, right? We got Giants, we have Niners, we have the Warriors, Golden State Dubs, right? We are big, and other ones too, the Sharks, the hockey guys. So we have everybody here. So you're specifically athletes, entertainers, right? I'm big on pop culture, so listen up, everybody. Let's see, and those close to them feel confident and comfortable through the life cycle of a housing and or real estate need. Now, don't you just love Michelle? Michelle is originally from Cape. No, I didn't even know this. Okay, I'm fessing up. I wanted to learn it because I want to keep it spontaneous, and I did not know this. Cape Cod, Massachusetts is one of the places that it's like nudging me. I've never been to Australia and I've never been to Cape Cod. And those are the two places that before I join the Angels or whatever, I want to land there at some point. Anyways, that's amazing. And joined the military, by the way, in 1990. As a combat veteran, former company commander, and U.S. Army officer for over 13 years. That gives me chills. I didn't even know that was that long. My gosh. Michelle, you're amazing. For 13 years, my goodness. Over 13 years. Michelle has the necessary skills, you think? Is she going to go fight for you or what? Literally, she's going to be the best. Michelle has the necessary skills to effectively negotiate and solve complex problems while creating solutions for her clients. Since leaving the military in 2005, Michelle has owned and operated multiple businesses, including an import company, a team building company, and a training and coaching company. With over 30 years in business, that's not possible.
I'm a senior citizen now, you know.
You must have started when you were 10 or 2, I don't know. Let's see, coaching company with over 30 years in business, the military and real estate.
You came in a little broken up, I think.
I think we
Oh, you
froze.
came.
I came back, we froze. So I'm going to repeat the last statement. With over 30 years in business, the military, and real estate, her experience allows her to create win-win solutions for her clients. Okay, we're still on. Michelle has been in real estate in one capacity or another for over 15 years and has called Tampa Bay her second home for over 30 years. When she's not helping people realize their real estate goals and dreams, she can be found traveling around Florida, exploring hidden gems. I love that term. I use that for my hidden gems here in the Bay Area and beyond. Kayaking, the Weeki Wachee River. How do you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Weeki practicing her golf game. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, so my hat's off to you, Michelle, for doing all that. My goodness, look at you. You are so active and fixing up. What else do you do? Her own homes, right? She also serves on the Entrepreneurship Leadership Committee for Crossover Church in Tampa, helping young entrepreneurs. Awesome. Michelle is the founder of Bulletproof Your Business and Your Life, a program she developed to share her 30+ years of business experience with veterans leaving active duty service who want to start a business. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, this is quite a list. I am so impressed, like I was before, but even more. So my hat's off to you. You do so much. So wow. So tell me about this, helping the young entrepreneurs. That's really interesting. How does that work?
Okay, well, you already saw, that my age, I'm aging myself talking about this, but even during the time that I was in the military, I was developing a business. So I was preparing for when I left the military. So when I left the military in 2005, I've never worked for anybody else. So when you spend most of your adult life in the military and then transition out of the military, it's a very hard transition without starting your own business. I was a company commander in Iraq. I failed to mention that, but from 2004 to 2005, I was leading a company in Iraq during one of the most dangerous times. And right when I left the military, I just went right into business. So over the last, I don't know, 20 years, 18 years, there have been a lot of peaks and valleys and managing, lots of successes, just as many failures, which I like to call opportunities to learn. But there is a big learning curve from the military life to the business life. And if I can help any veteran avoid what I had to go through by teaching them, then I will be a huge success. And I naturally do it all of the time anyway. I have a lot of veterans that get out of the military and go into business. So I started writing and I started creating curriculum and I'm filming it. And I've done some webinars already. I wrote a book, but the whole purpose is because I don't want anybody to have to go through the journey that I had to go through learning on my own the hard way. I want to share that, but I also want to, share my successes with people.
I think
I just
that's
want to be
absolutely
successful
amazing.
in business because as well as I do, entrepreneurship is difficult. And it's not just, oh, I have a business idea. You better hang on and be ready for the ride of your life because it's not an easy one. And a lot of people think it is.
Oh, absolutely not. And you rely on yourself 100% to be motivated. The skills are different, very different than from going to a job. And it could be even a complex job, but if it's a job, it's different. You rely on yourself, you're the CEO, you're everything. So I agree 100%. And I just love that you're helping other people avoid the problems that you had to face, because I can't even imagine. But wow, you know, movies come to mind right now that I've seen, of course, and documentaries, but I can just see you in those roles, and especially like the movie with Jessica Chastain. I can't remember the title, something 40. It was about a true story, but I can just see you in real life doing this. That's amazing. That's amazing, really, that you've done this. And you know, I can't imagine people should be so grateful that you've put your life on pause, to make sure that we have the freedoms that we have every day, that we can enjoy our lives. And just recently, we had a fundraiser poker tournament here locally for KW Cares, and in association with the veteran organization here for realtors. And one of the veterans was speaking, and he was telling us that he asked that nobody says thank you for your service, that instead we basically thank you for, like I said, pausing your life in the civil world, right? In the regular world, to do this. And so I think, that's what we should be doing. And for you to even still be connected and helping others is so amazing. I think that's really what moved me a lot, like when you mentioned that.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. There's a few things I'd like to address that you said, which, first of all, it's been 20 plus years or almost 20 years. When I first left the military, like a lot of other very active, dominant A-type personality veterans, I tried to compartmentalize that part of my life and just put it behind me and move into business. And I've learned a lot about the brain and how long you can compartmentalize and, put things in folders in your mind and stay busy. People get addicted to the fast-paced combat life of the military. And then, it's the same thing when you go into business. But 5 years ago, I had a lot of loss in my family, a divorce, loss of my father, loss of massive business entity. And all of a sudden I was at a dead standstill and I couldn't compartmentalize anymore. And so I had to actually go through in my brain, the combat service and the things that they all just keep coming forward. So, in my programs, I always work with my veterans. When you're just getting out of the military and you just want to hop in and stay busy, it's only going to last so long. What I've experienced with, you know, people in my life, siblings, everyone in my family is military, my ex, a whole bunch of my friends. When you get to be in your late 40s, in your early 50s, it can't be ignored anymore. So it's not like I got out of the military and I wanted to help veterans all of a sudden. I kind of wanted to ignore it and push that part of my life behind me. But God kept saying to me, you went through what you went through so you could help other people. And it's just been pounded on me until I finally start doing it. And I actually find it very rewarding because I've been through a lot. I've gone through a lot with the VA, and I'm very, very, very healthy. And I want to help other people do the same. And you said something about being in business or working at a company. It's the same thing with a military. You're always told where to be, what to do, especially if you weren't an officer or in a leadership role like I was. But the business world is different. The business world is based on profit. So I used to have a big business with 35 employees. And when I hired veterans, they did certain things that I needed to reel them in and say, this isn't a government entity. Doing these things costs money. You have to shift your mindset around business versus government. So that's
Right.
a big mind shift that some people can do and some people can't. So some people aren't meant to be in business for themselves and some people are. So when you said that, I thought that makes a lot of sense with the military as well.
Yeah, definitely. But I think naturally we do have some kind of capacity, I think, or we don't typically, because even like in the corporate world, things are different. But like if you find things that you can accomplish even within that, it already gives you hints that you could be an entrepreneur. Because if you're always looking for something else to do, if you're never bored because you find things, you find solutions to problems and new ideas that you can implement to make other people's work easier and your work easier, that's kind of an idea, a light bulb that you may be a good material, because just doing one thing and the minimum at a job is definitely not the way to go. So yeah, so I just to throw it, I like to throw it out there because real estate is definitely this way, and you cannot just sit back and just watch things happen. You have to be proactive, you have to be organized, you have to plan everything, and everything has to be in your calendar or it doesn't happen, right? That's for everybody.
You
Yeah.
know, ask me all the time about my success in real estate and things like that. And I said, it's because I realize that the only person responsible for my business is me. I am building a business and I just happen to be selling real estate. And agents get licensed and they think that somebody else is going to give them the business or somebody else is going to give them the leads or somebody else is going to be the solution. No,
Right.
you're the CEO of you, and your business needs to become a well-oiled machine that operates with or without you. And that only happens through systems and processes.
Definitely.
And I'm good at what I do now because of all of the experience that I've had in the past. And frankly, I knew what I wanted when I was 10 years old. I knew that there was something inside of me that was different to travel and be in business. I put myself through school, through master's degree in business. I always knew that's what I wanted.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. Well, what I wanted to mention is, basically with real estate, because a lot of people, may be wondering, they want to get into real estate. And behind us, there is not only like if you have a big team, but even if you're a solo agent, you have a lender, you have a title person, you have, people like, providers, like different vendors, inspectors, and there is so much that goes into the process that people don't realize. For example, with buying a property, right? So there are so many steps that we handle behind the scenes, and we try to make it as smooth as possible, by the way, for the clients, so they don't have to worry. I had clients that were heading on a big trip when we found the home that they really wanted and loved, and they were literally leaving the next day and signing the contract on the way when they were boarding the plane, and they were going to be in 4 countries. And they asked me, they're like, so Mara, what do you think? Should we like postpone it or not do this? And I said, no, not in a million. I mean, you guys are totally tech savvy. I'm here. I don't care what time zone you're in. We're going to take care of this. Guess what? They were in 4 countries for about a month. They were coming back for the closing. So everything went great because they did see it right before they left. So, and they reviewed all the documents, everything was fine. And so we landed that plane. And I call it like, it is like landing a jet plane. It's like if you don't have an agent, someone helping you through this, it's kind of like getting on a plane with no pilot, right? You wouldn't get on a plane with no pilot, right? So that's kind of the same thing. You do need that. You need someone to guide you and help you. And people don't realize how much goes on behind the scenes to make all these things happen, all the inspections and the appraisers and dealing with title and escrow and prelims and all these different things that can happen, and then making a smooth transition for all parties, because you're also dealing with the listing agent and the sellers, and everyone is hypersensitive and emotional. So, Michelle, so besides being an awesome business person and wonderful, fighter that you were like in real life, so that means that you must have a tremendous negotiating and skills, and just awesome to represent your buyers and sellers, but also you are there for the run, right? You make sure that every single thing is taken care of. And that's the person you want on the other side, right? It's definitely that. So I would be totally confident putting the hand of my client in your hand, and I would know that you can handle it. So I actually have one investor now looking for some homes in Florida in addition to a couple other states. So we'll talk about it offline. But I just want my audience and my clients to know that these are the kind of partners that I choose to make sure that you're taken care of. And if they send me somebody, I will take care of them personally. And if I feel that someone else may be even better at it, I will also make sure that that happens, because the well-being and the best interest of my clients and your clients is the most important. That's the only thing that's important. Really.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. And I feel the same about you. And,
Thank you.
My background in the military was logistics. So when
Wow.
I have a client, I offer the full solution. And my clients, very, very busy professionals that have a packed schedule, have
Michelle,
time for
I just lost you for a
dealing with everything. So that's where I come in and give the full solution to them for whatever they need.
Michelle, I lost you there for just 1 second.
It's very helpful for them. Oh, I don't.
Are you there? Uh,
Yeah,
we
I,
had a break here. I'm so sorry something happened.
that's okay. I was saying I was a logistics officer, and I always think there's nothing too complicated in real estate. I solve a lot of problems. I think we are solutions based as professionals, and there's nothing too big. I think about my combat time and actually having to drive to talk to my soldiers after we had sustained some big losses, and
Wow.
have time to talk about that. But, when I think about those types of things and compare it to real estate, I mean, there's
Nothing.
nothing to lose.
Right.
Cool. And
Right.
I just learn, build relationships with my clients and determine how to make their life easier, because when you're a dentist or a doctor, or an athlete or an actress or a producer, or you don't have time to mess around with.
You don't have time to dwell on little things. And you're focused like me, I think, always on the solution instead of the problem itself. You just look for a solution. And for me also is, raising a family, raising two humans, basically helping with one and raising one from scratch, so to speak. Working on this all the time to improve and show my child at first and then my kids, that you have to try. You always have to try, and you always have to focus and not give up. Don't give up ever, and always find that solution. And that's the most important thing. Is what happened. You can't change what happened, but you can always change how you look at it, and you can always change what can happen next. So I think that is powerful. I mean, that's our power that we have. And if someone like you can come back from anything like this, and like looking at you, like, what do we have to complain about? I mean, seriously, even the hardest things that we've gone through, nothing compares to this kind of experience. So
Everybody has a story. Everybody's
yeah,
stress, different things, and stress and trauma.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves grace and validation, not just veterans.
Of course. No, everyone. But I'm just saying to make it lighter for us, for everyone else, right? Just to say, just think of it, just be grateful for every day.
Every day. And in real estate, it can get, kind of stressful. So we got to wake up and make sure we're grateful.
Right. Exactly. Right. Okay. Well, what do you have planned for this weekend? Are you doing something fun?
I'm gonna go to a little dinner tonight, and of course work. Try to get caught up on some of my administrative work. But I do have a fixer-upper mansion here in Florida. If somebody wants a
Please.
good,
Oh my gosh, I forgot to ask you. Of course. And of course, I'm going to share the contact information for you. And what's the best way to reach you? If you want to throw it out there, that's fine. Go ahead.
813-731-4348, 813-731-4348. Michelle Geske on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me anywhere. And I'll bring you to Cape Cod anytime.
Oh my gosh, I will take you up on this. I bet I will. And you have an open invitation to come to San Francisco, like I said. And we're gonna go and sightseeing and
my first duty station was Monterey, California.
Okay, we're back. Hello. Was a little rude and crude, but that's okay. I understand everyone has to do business, so we'll forgive them. Thank you for providing a platform. Thank you to Zoom. Zoom has gotten us through a lot, right? And it's still helping. Definitely.
Yeah, actually, it's great to connect with people.
I know. I love it. Here we are across the country, and look at us. And we're talking like we're in the same room.
And I didn't mention before that about 2 years ago, I helped my nephew move from Silicon Valley here to one of the most popular suburbs of Tampa, Wesley Chapel. So yeah, he was very young, making good money, and just his taxes and some of the other things.
Oh yeah, coming from California, right? It's pretty it's a good relief for people for sure, right? And yeah.